We have finally made it to the Backwoods Terror finale. The time has come to see how it all ends. The end game. Evil sleeps tonight. Everything that has been happening, that has been read, has happened. Now we see how it all ends. Jameson Sampson, our surviving protagonist in the story. Whoever lives, lives. Whoever dies, you just had to go. I'm sorry. Not everybody was meant to make it. But that being said, that time has come. It is upon us to know what happens, how everything works out in the end. And then, if there's enough time afterwards, we can speculate, get answers to questions, and digest this whole experience. With that being said, the finale is here. The only thing to do now is to find out what happens. That's all we got to do. We have to find out what happens. We know what's been happening, but now it's time for things to end. We know that Shelley is on a mission of revenge after her boyfriend of 6 months has died at the hands of this monstrous being known as her husband that she thought was dead. He has shown up out of the blue, not looking a day older than she left him. Weird, huh? Very weird. Spooky, weird. But that's what Backwoods Terror is. Weird, horrifying, spooky. Use your imagination, people. Visualize in your head the scenes. And that's all I can tell you. Backwoods Terror Part 4, the finale. Lisa searches the room to find any clues that could help make things a lot clearer to the situation at hand. She decides to drive into town for answers regarding the ranch. Arriving at a stoplight, she notices a man looking at her on the corner. "Hey, mister, can I give you a ride and have a word with you?" "Yes, honey, sure thing." Lisa proceeds to talk about the Southgate Ranch, and the strange man starts to act weird, saying, "Hell owns that place. Mr. Sampson sold his soul, from what I've heard. But you can't believe gossip these days. Honey, you be safe." The man gets out and vanishes. Lisa starts thinking witchcraft may be the reason, but her friends are missing. Gotta be more to the story than that. Serious events have taken place. Shelley can't stop thinking about Jameson's glowing green eyes. That's not the man I married. Something is wrong. Jameson, what have you done? While driving and notices high beams in her rear view, rolling the window down, yelling, "Go around, asshole!" The driver speeds up and gets next to her. Shelley says, "What the hell?" No driver. The truck crashes into the ditch, crushing the front end. Fire begins to blaze on the hood. Her forehead bleeding and left arm wedged by the steering wheel. Fading in and out from the crash, a shadowy figure rips the door off, gripping her neck. Do you have any reason, or do you think you can end this on your own? Everything is in motion. Nothing can stop the madness. No refunds, Mrs. Sampson. Shelley replies, "Fuck you," spitting blood, and the crushing of bones are heard from a distance. Jameson arrives back at the ranch to find Melissa looking for Mike around the barn area. Melissa notices the cellar door and opens it. The fuck is that smell? Walking down the stone stairs, the cellar door slams shut. Pure darkness. And the smell is much more foul than before. Flicking her lighter, she sees a body that looks like Mike. Pulling his shirt, his face and skin begin ripping, and a voice whispers, "Melissa." Quickly running toward the stairs, her hair gets pulled back. Jameson's face appears. "Well, bitch, escape just won't do." Blowing the lighter out, screaming and flesh ripping sounds echo from inside the barn. Kevin and Lisa meet in the living room of the house. "Where is Melissa? I can't find her." Crashing through the bay window is a ripped up and bleeding body that was Melissa. "Holy fuck! We need to call the cops." "No, this can be stopped." "Fuck that. We need to leave. We are both gonna die here." Jameson appears to Lisa, very afraid. She screams and heads to the barn. Kevin is thrown into the wall, gasping for breath. The entity stands in the hall of the house. "They must all die. It's the only way to make this thing work." Walking to the barn, Jameson lurks around sniffing. Lisa knocks him down, now feeling pain as a normal person, but still enraged. He begins chase. Lisa finds the cellar to hide in pure darkness. She hides suddenly, feeling something drip on her head. She looks up at the ceiling of the cellar. Doors open. Moonlight shines in. Mike's bloody, headless body hanging from the ceiling above Lisa's head. Kevin wakes up in pain and searches for something to kill the monstrous entity. The sound of boots are heard on the cellar steps. A hand reaches and Lisa swings a broom she found while hiding. "Kevin!" "Come on, Lisa. You're going to die if you stay in here. This monster can bleed now. He has cuts on him. That means he can be killed. Something is controlling him from the inside. Ever since we started the remodel process, things began to happen, and our friends started to be killed, and Lord knows who else." "Going somewhere? The only place you're going to is hell. Well, your soul, at least." I don't know what deal or game you're trying to play, but use an innocent man most likely to do your evil deeds is fucked up. You want souls, collect them yourself, Lisa replies. As Jameson lurks and then noticing Kevin and Lisa running toward the crop field, the evil entity has fully appeared, giving chase. Static sounds from an old radio begin to play. Shelley's voice is heard. She replies, "Stop this, Jameson. No more blood of the innocents must be spilled. It's time to end this, please, if you can hear me." Punching the table, then falling to the ground, Jameson begins to fight the demon inside. The entity has cornered Kevin and Lisa in the crop field. "I believe our options of survival have ran out. Come kill us, you ugly bastard. That's what you want. Finish your deal." Jameson appears monsterless. "No more death. I'm not letting this go on any longer. I understand why my wife left and why these evil things are happening. I was selfish, only cared for myself no matter how much pain I caused, 'cause I didn't care. I was weak minded and hearted, and evil feeds off those kind of things from people. Run while you still can. Save yourself. This ends now." Kevin and Lisa make way to Mike's car. "Shit, no keys." Lisa goes in the house to find the keys. Jameson lifts up the gas jug and beginning pouring it on the field. "You idiot. We had a deal. Their lives mean more than any deal or soul." Striking the match, "I'll see you in hell, son of a bitch." Lisa picking up the keys, running towards Kevin. An explosion from the field sends both of them flying and landing in the driveway. A while has passed. Lisa comes to and begins to shake Kevin. "Is it over?" "Yes, I believe so. We are safe." Police and firefighters pull into the ranch to begin putting the fire out. The police officers walk up to Kevin and Lisa. "Thank God you two are safe. Any way you can explain what happened?" Lisa replies, "Sorry, officer. You wouldn't understand if I told you." Kevin states, "Bad gas line. That's all I could say." Jameson's soul approaches the gravestones marked for him and Shelley, turning into smoke, soaking in the dirt. Each stone's year of death appears. Written between them, then walks up a possum with glowing eyes, yellow and chewing human flesh. Fading away, you hear demonic laughter. Backwoods terror. The end. Truth, what is going on? Hey Jay, I'm late. I'm starting back at the beginning. Hey, it's all good. I have just read the finale, The Backwoods Terror, the epic showdown, and the events that took place in the finale. I hope you enjoy it. I hope anybody that comes in or anybody that's heard this short horror story enjoyed it, could actually visualize what was going on. And we all heard the finale. Basically, Jameson understood the reason why he was selfish, he was weak hearted, and we all know that evil feeds off weak minded people and stuff like that. So basically, he should have thought about his wife a little there too instead of thinking about himself. Yeah, he was selfish. So it's got its morals to it, and it also, like I said, has multiple genres of horror: paranormal, slasher, 80s vibes, and modern day vibes. You know, you can't have a good horror movie without a bunch of teenagers getting killed off. I'm excited to catch the replay. Absolutely. Check it out because I just got finished reading the finale, and it's the epic showdown. It's the conclusion, and I believe everything will make sense. Yes, the evil entity was using Jameson to collect souls. That's what he was doing. But the question is, was Jameson alive or was he dead? Well, the way the ending states, you would think he was dead. Or was he? Or, or kind of like YouTube has been wonky. Oh, yeah. Kind of like I believe it was you, Kate, that mentioned something about the character being in limbo, kind of waiting to see where he's going. And I believe you were correct, even though I didn't, as I was writing this, had no idea that the character would be stuck in the middle. I had no idea. But that's a great way to play it. His soul, or his actual soul, was waiting in limbo to finally go to his resting spot and to go where he needs to go. So the evil entity kept something alive long enough to do his dirty work. He made him a monster, is what it was. Oh, a cliffhanger, a part 5. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. I've pretty much left it the way it is. I think it ended on a good note with his soul going back to the gravestones that was mentioned earlier. Well, basically him and Shelley, because both of their stones was right next to each other, and his soul had finally been put to rest. But with a possum creeping up with the yellow eyes, still chewing flesh, the evil entity is still around. So he's waiting. Sequel? I haven't thought about it, but if one comes to mind, it might happen. It might happen. But right now, there's only one Backwoods Terror, and I'm holding it right here in my hand in this notebook written in 2018, fall of 2018. And the second story I'm writing, like I talked about yesterday, What Lies Inside, is also being written in this notebook. And we got a third story coming soon, maybe whenever I can get around to it and get the second one done. It's called Rush. It's about a serial killer that's driving across country, the United States. He's doing his killing, but he happens to come across the hitchhiker that might just be crazier than him. But who knows how that's going to go? It's, it's purely speculation from this point. You just have to keep subscribed to my channel to find out and keep up with the latest updates and stuff. Because when these stories come out and they're being told, you can be the first ones to hear it and have your 2 cents in on these things. That's right. Oh, a hitchhiker. It's a good one. I was waiting for you to say, "Oh, it's got that movie, The Hitcher vibes to it." You would think so, but with a twist. But with a massive twist. Let's just say it's The Hitcher on steroids. That's right. Yeah, thumbs up. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. Comment your speculations on the story. If there's a question about the story that I haven't answered, or you want to know something about a character in the story, let me know. And I will give you the rundown on these characters in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, do all that greatness. Hit the notification button so you can be alert on all this freshness that is coming along. I know I've pretty much come to the end, but I can't leave y'all hanging. I can't do it. So I've got to give you a little sneak peek. Don't you just love sneak peeks? Who wants a sneak preview of the second story, What Lies Inside? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you would like a sneak peek at story number 2. Let me find it here. All right. Kate says, yeah, she wants some more. Gotta have some more, right? Well, here we go, people. Sneak preview. What lies inside? This is a little part that I'm going to read. I'm not going to give away too much because I want you to be in pure speculation. So I'm going to give you a first little section here of what lies inside. This was written November 1st of 2018. Please stop. You're hurting me. Get off me, lady cries. I'm sorry. I don't know what come over me, Luke replies. Climbing out of bed, pouring sweat, and shaking from shock, Luke opens the medication chest, grabbing the pill bottle marked lithium. Wiping his face and sitting to calm his nerves, the lady he met earlier gets dressed. Did I do something wrong, Luke? No, it's just me. I've been under pressure with my shop downtown. Whatever I did, please forgive me. It's okay, honey. Anytime you want to hook up, I'm just a phone call away. For pleasure. I'll keep that in mind, lovely. The woman leaves and Luke pours a shot of whiskey and after drinking starts to fall asleep. This part right here is a dream sequence flashback. Mr. Connor, how are you feeling today? I just want to talk today. No treatments or shock. unless you give us reasons for these actions. Luke replies, "We have nothing to talk about. Everything about me you have on file already. I want to get more in depth with you. What's inside your brain? See what makes you tick." Now, that's all I'm going to give you at this point because don't want to give you too much, because there's not too much written on what lies inside. But I will break down, or I will go and read the synopsis in case you forgot what it was about. And remember this, after, because of what I've read. Here is the intro again. Luke Connor is a young business owner in a small town outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Very attractive and a slight obsession for beautiful women. But the ladies notice something out of place about him. Memories start to surface, and his obsession is going to open doors and unlock secrets that have been stored away for years. Luke thought they were stored away. Yeah, tune in next time for Story Time with Jay. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away on that because I want you to think of because I think it's fun because some people, when you think about things, you'll think it's going to go one way. Then when you hear it, you'll be like, I did not expect that. It went a whole nother direction. Yeah, because in your brain, you're like, man, I know what the story's about. I can tell you exactly what it's about. Can you, without hearing all of it, can you really tell me? I mean, I'm writing it. I know exactly what's getting ready to happen. But feel free to keep thinking that. Oh yeah. Yeah, feel free to keep that energy until the story's over with. Oh yeah. I mean I couldn't leave y'all hanging, because most of y'all have come in late after the finale has already been read, but there's plenty of playback coming. And I just, you got to have a sneak peek of the the next installment. hmm But what lies inside? Let's talk about that first little area I read there. Whoever's watching, and you want to give your insight on where the story is going to go, put it in the comments, and we'll chat about it. I want to see. I'm just curious if anybody's going to hit it on the nail of what's getting ready to happen. Because some people are good like that. They could take a little bit and just next thing you know, they'll tell you what's going to happen just by hearing what's going on. I was late, so I'm going to listen. No spoilers. Yep, yep, no spoilers. I'll tell you what's even better. Don't tell me in the comments. Whatever you think's going to happen in the story, Keep that in mind as it's being read and see if your speculation matches up with what's being told. That's all I can tell you. I think I just caught up, Jay. Good stories. Can't wait to hear the next. Wait for the next one. The next one is in the process of being finished. I did give a sneak preview of part of it just a few minutes ago. But like I said, keep that in mind. And as it's being read, we'll see if your speculation starts to match up. hmm I, I noticed today that I, it seems as Kate and Glory B have a story time coming up tomorrow, I believe. Wonder what kind of story that's going to be. Just have to wait and find out. It's I'm starting to rub off on people. Story time. Let's tell stories. Yep, I believe you do. I will be in the bushes checking that out just to see what kind of story they got going on. Because people, like I said, I guess I'm rubbing off on people. It's story time, people. So we'll see what they're cooking up tomorrow. And I might go to work on some more of what lies inside. I need to. Best place to be. Bring your snacks and beverages. That's right. Get your tickets. Reserve your seats. Yeah. How's your weather, Jay? Right now it's beautiful. It's sun shining, blue skies, 80 some degrees, low humidity a little bit. You couldn't ask for a better day until tomorrow evening. Thunderstorms, high winds, and the shit show. Yeah, that's right. 18 plus or older. Yep, that's right. If you're accompanied by an adult, that's cool. We'll let it slide. Storms were running across Ohio. I thought you said there was storms coming. One came through here last night. It wasn't much. I thought there was going to be some storms coming today, but evidently we get lucky and it don't come until tomorrow between 6 and 8. So, but who really knows about these meteorologists for real? They tell you one thing and then something could happen out of the blue and they didn't catch it. And then all of a sudden you hear on the radio, well, we didn't expect that to happen. No, you didn't. Because you just don't really know. Mother Nature's going to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it, no matter who's watching. Keep your eye on the sky this time of year. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yes, only job where you can always be wrong and never give. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, these people don't know exactly when it's going to hit or anything like that. They just know it's coming. They can speculate, time periods and everything. But who really knows? I could get off here and 7 o'clock, it go pitch black and lightning. Who knows? You just never know. Munching and chatting, what is going on? If you're new to this, I just got finished reading a story I wrote. Today was the finale. I've got the other videos up on my channel. Story I wrote called Backwoods Terror, Part 1. Yesterday I read Parts 2 and 3. Today was the finale, which was Part 4. And I gave a sneak peek at a second story I'm working on that is crazy. Just got home. Well, there's always time to catch the replay. You can be part of the replay gang. I'm starting to rub off on people. And like I said, Glory and Kate tomorrow start their first episode of Story Time. And who knows what it's going to be about. Just have to wait and see. I'm rubbing off on people. We're starting new things, new ventures here, and keeping new content rolling. And I hope all y'all come back Sunday for the Walking Dead, the ones who live. Final 2 episodes. Recap. Thoughts and opinions. Because it's going down right here. Love a good story time. Absolutely. Well, you'll love this. Kate, we know the dead. It's going down. It is going down for sure. I'll make sure I got everything charged up to the max. We will get into it. We'll talk Rick Grimes. We'll talk Michonne. We'll talk past seasons. You know, might even throw a little Dead City in there with Negan and Maggie. And I just found out that little Herschel, Maggie's son from Glenn, is going to be the villain of season 2 of Dead City. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Now that's going to be interesting. My week is going pretty good. Pretty good. I hope everything's going super on your end. Yeah, Kate, I just found that out. I just read something about it. That is going to be, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to go with it. But they keep saying that Herschel is going to have a dark season, kind of a dark storyline. So who knows? I'm very interested in finding out. Yep. And it's always going to be good to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan, do the Negan character again. Plus, kind of sometimes he's going to have to resort back to his old ways of doing things, but only he doesn't have Lucille, but he still knows how to get people's attention, with or without Lucille. So we're going to see what happens. They're not letting a lot out about it. It's a little hush-hush right now, but as it gets closer to time for it to come out, they will start talking more about it. Probably San Diego Comic-Con this year, which usually happens around July. I'm sure they'll talk about the Daryl Dixon season 2 with Carol, and they'll probably show a good trailer to it that's real good, and they'll probably talk some Negan, maybe give a teaser or something like that if they've got anything ready in the books. Because that's what I usually wait to hear my Walking Dead news on. Is I wait for YouTube to upload the Walking Dead panel, and I watch it to get all the info at the big Comic Con in San Diego, if there's one happening this year. I guess we shouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at what he grew up in. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at what all those kids grew up in. Multiple babysitters, parents just running off. I mean, yeah, you've got to survive. You've got to go out and accumulate stuff. Because you got a community you got to take care of. That's a big responsibility. There's a lot of stomachs there you got to feed, and you got to keep providing, because if people are starving to death, they're sooner or later they're going to get out of there. So there's a lot of responsibility there, especially being a leader of a community. I mean, you've got just regular people from society taking over leadership, and they got no training on this stuff. They're just winging it. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. They might not like some things you do, and they might like some things you do. But it's when you're living in a world with no laws, no justice. There's no consequences basically, because all that's been wiped out. So you're basically living off the land. No rules. Got to make your own rules. I mean, it's basically you're starting your own civilization. And having and repopulating, having kids and stuff like that, you already know that's going to be hard, because baby food and shit like that, it's going to be hard to come by, because you got to look at it. You're in a apocalyptic time. Man, that always gets me trying to say it. I mean, mostly every store's done been ran through, ransacked, tore all to hell. Then you got herds of walkers. And then you got psychotic people running around that want to rob you, steal you, kill you. Just there's danger around every corner. And freaks trying to eat you. Yeah, it's insane. You know, and it's not really the zombies you have to worry about, because pop them in the head, but it kind of is now, because you've got all these new variant zombies coming along. Like some that are freaking faster than others, and you got all these groups experimenting with these zombies, trying to make like the ultimate zombie and shit like that. Like the CRM was pretty much doing for real. Well, at least the CRM and the Daryl Dixon show, that's what they were doing. They're experimenting. They're trying to make the ultimate, fucking badass. Yeah, quite a bit of time. You're right, Kate. Quite a bit of time has passed. Like I said, these stores, and stuff like that have just, since, because when shit like that goes down, what do people do? The first thing they do, they panic. That's what they do. They panic, because they're not used to anything like it. They're going to panic. It's going to be a state of panic. And you're going to lose a lot of people along the way, because, like I said, some people just ain't strong enough to make it all the way. They'll lose their mind, you know. And that's what Rick and the gang, they had been out there so long that they was losing their damn mind. A lot of trauma, a lot of death, you know. starvation. Yeah, these people were off the edge. They I don't think they would have made it much longer for real. Yeah, like I said, dehydration, all that shit. If Aaron wouldn't have come along at the end of, I think, what was it, season 4, with the water, which I understand the meaning of Rick punching him and stuff like that, because he's had these places like the prison, and he thought Terminus was a good thing until, he found out that was a shit show, and did that. He's skeptical. He don't trust anybody. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, for God's sakes. I really don't. It's hard to trust somebody, being that nice. You don't know what to expect. And how baby Judith made it. Oh man, it's amazing. But she was in good hands with that group. Every one of them was great. Uh, I especially like Tyree. I wish they wouldn't have got rid of him for real or killed him off. I really like that character. I wish he could have made it a lot further than what he did. She is a badass. I give her that. Yeah, Judith has been through the mill, man. She has. Oh yeah, Tyree, man. Tyree, man. I love that character. I love the character. Even in the comic book, I like the character because the comic goes a lot different than the TV show. But yeah, Tyree he was a badass, man. Yes, he was. And don't get me wrong, I like Rick. I like Rick as a leader, but sometimes he gets a little ahead of himself, doesn't think, gets everybody stuck in situations. You know, sometimes you got to stop and think, Rick. Let's do some investigation before we just run up and do it. And that's why I liked Herschel, because Herschel was always in his ear. Like, hold up, Rick. This don't sound right. So you need to stop and think before you do it, because you're gonna overreact, and then this shit's gonna hit the fan. But you know, like with Negan, oh yeah, we'll take the deal. We'll just go kill them. Well, there's probably only about 10 or 15 of them, anyways. Yeah, all right then, whatever. He was my favorite. You talk about Herschel? Yeah. Oh yeah. Herschel was good to try to get Rick on the narrow, like with the governor. Go sit down with him, see what he wants to talk about. Which we know the governor was after one thing and one thing only. He wanted the prison, and he wanted to basically just own everything. Well, you can't have it all, Jack. you know. Yeah, basically go down the right path. Absolutely. And just like in the ones who live, Rick had the CRM had brainwashed him. They had basically fucked his head up, and it took Michonne to play that Herschel role to get him back to where he needs to be, because Rick was headed down a road that he really didn't want to go down, and he was going to be forced to do some things that he really wouldn't approved of, being the way that he really was meant to be. So it's good that Michonne found him, because he was getting ready to do some bullshit. Absolutely. But anyways, enough Walking Dead. Tune in Sunday and we will talk all the Walking Dead you want after we handle the episodes. Until then, I will catch y'all on the next one. I hope you enjoyed the story. Go back, listen to it again. Might catch something you missed. Until we read again, y'all have a good one.